Searching for books and articles. For the company analysis in this course, you will have 5 major sources that every team must use: the company profile, the company website, the industry profile, Standard & Poor's Net Advantage, SEC Edgar database. For the first company analysis prior to setting your strategic opportunity, you will need to use 2 additional sources that your team selects on its own. These sources should deal with the company's management or leadership style or culture. The best sources for this information will be books or journal articles written by experts from outside the current management team. These authors could be previous managers at the company or management researchers who have studied the company. Some sources are better than others. In general, I've created a chart of the different categories of sources, dividing the sources into A, B, or C level sources. Think of grades: A, B, or C. I'm just saying. A word to the wise: focus on Group A sources. You'll see the most likely sources for information on the company's management style in bold. In Group A, there are books and articles from scholarly or academic journals. In Group B, there are articles from newspapers, popular magazines, and trade publications. In the EBSCOhost databases, they lump popular magazines and trade publications into a category called periodicals. If there's a periodicals icon next to the article, that means it's a Group B source. Notice that .com websites other than your company's website, including websites for your company's competitors, count as Group C sources, as in a C grade. Okay, that being said, I'll show you how to find the Group A sources on company management or leadership style. We'll start with books. Of course, I'll start at the library's website. Click on Find Books and More. For now, I'm going to skip the library catalog and choose WorldCat. The reason for that is that it searches deeper into most titles than our catalog. It also contains records for books at libraries across the United States, so you're not limited to using books in our library. They take a little while to get here, so start your search early and you'll have access to lots of books. I'm going to use these 3 search boxes to my advantage. In the first box, I'm going to tell the computer which company I'm searching, in my case, Disney. I can limit to the named corporation field to get books focused on Disney. In the second box, I'm going to give it some options or words to use about management. The star Shift 8 tells the computer to match all words that start with the letters before the star. So MANAG star tells the computer to find management, manager, managers, and any other words that start with MANAG. Then, with OR, I'll tell it to also consider the words leader star or organiz star to get organizational culture as well. In the third box, I'll tell it some words that have to do with culture or style. Then the computer can mix or match words from each of these 3 boxes. I'll also limit to books and start the search. I just got 25 results. They're sorted by the number of libraries that own the item. The ones at the top of the list will be easiest to get because they're more widely held. The first result is called Designing Disney's Theme Parks. By looking at its record and looking at the highlighted terms I searched, I can see why this one came up on the list. In the table of contents, I can see that there's a chapter in the book called Disneyland, its place in world culture. It matched the word, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I want things that are about Disney's internal culture. So I'll click on List of Records to see other things on the list. The second one on the list is called Creating Magic: 10 Common Sense Leadership Strategies from a Life at Disney. From the abstract, we can see that the author used to be the head of Walt Disney World Resort Operations, so he is not a current member of the management team. That's a good thing in our case because he doesn't have to make everything look rosy. Something about these chapter titles makes me think that he paints a pretty rosy picture anyway, but it would be worth looking at. You can see from the text in green that the LCSC library owns this title. If you are in the LC Valley, you should come in to get the book off the shelf. If it's already checked out, you can order a copy from another library. If you live outside the LC Valley, you can order this book and we'll send you our copy or a copy from another library. Here's how. Click on the Borrow This Item from Another Library link. If you live outside the LC Valley, be sure to fill in the address info so we'll know where to send the book. If you are in the LC Valley and will be looking in the library for this book, you will need the call number for the book to find where it's shelved. That information is in the LCSC library catalog. I would open another tab, open the library catalog from Find Books and More. Type in the first words of the title. Click on Start of Title and search. Write down the call number and come in to find the book. If you need some help finding the book on the shelf, please let the library staff know you'd like some help. Okay, now let's suppose that our original 25 results in WorldCat just didn't have enough good results. Another thing you can do is to search for books that include info about Disney, perhaps a case study or a chapter, in a larger work. To do that, we'll go back to our search and remove the named corporation information and choose keyword. Then the computer will search more broadly. Now we got 162 results. Let's look at one. Let's look at this one called the Carrot Principle. We can read the abstract and see that it includes Disney among its case studies. The subject terms include incentive awards, performance awards, and employee motivation. So this one might work. It doesn't say that it's owned by LCSC Library, so I'd click on this Borrow This Item from Another Library link and we'll order a copy for you. The amount of time that it takes to get here varies depending on how quickly the other library responds to requests and how long it takes to come to LCSC. If the item is at the University of Idaho, we're talking a few days. Many other libraries take a week or more to get here. Well, that's it for books. Now let's turn to journal articles. We'll do the same search we used for WorldCat, but we'll be using the Business Source Complete database instead. From the library's website, click on Find Articles and More, then Databases, then Business, Business Source Complete. To find those three boxes for searching, I'll click on Advanced Search. For the company, I'll use the company entity field instead of the named corporation field we used in WorldCat. We'll use the same info for the other two boxes. I got 127 results of all types of publications. Over here on the left, you can see the different types of publications. I'll limit to academic journals to get those Group A sources. Some of these articles seem to deal with marketing management, which might not give us what we're looking for, namely internal management or organizational culture. This article might work. From Beast to Beauty, the culture makeover at Disney. It's a 4-page article, which isn't all that long, but there should be a little bit of meat there. It's from 2007, which isn't too old. I'll click on the title. There's no link to the full text on the left, so I'll click on this link to order the article. It only takes a few days to get the full article in your email, so it is a pretty quick and easy way to get an article. You just need to fill in the information about yourself at the top. The information about the article is already filled out for you in the bottom half. If you don't, the library card is the barcode number on the back of your student ID. If you don't know that number, give us your student ID number and we'll figure out your library card number. Then click on Submit, and the article should show up in your email in a matter of days. Now let's go back to the information about this article. On the right side of the page, we have the Cite icon. It provides an APA citation that you can copy and paste into your own list of citations. Important note, for this course we are using a modified APA format. For articles from databases, please provide the name of the database where you found the article at the end of your citation. Add the phrase retrieved from Business Source Complete or whatever other article database you use to get the best grade on your citations. Now I'm going to go back to my search results page. Say that I didn't find enough good stuff on the company's management culture in academic journals. I'll change the source types by clicking on the Show More box. Then I'll remove the check mark next to academic journals and put one next to magazines and trade publications. Notice that each of the results has the periodical icon next to it. This is a way to quickly see that you're not looking at academic journals anymore. These are the Group B sources. Okay, but not as in-depth or analytical as most of the Group A sources. Let the librarians know if you need help finding the additional sources on your company that you will need for the assignments in this course.